That old tree by your window. It was once a gallows. On a scorching summer afternoon, a young woman once scratched at its bark with her nails, screaming, "I'll return." The scratches are still there. That branch never grows. Leaves. Every family that's owned the house has fled. Police closed the case decades ago. Only one man still speaks. Local historian Pranabesh Mitra, who whispers, "Blood seeped into the ground here. The British judged people in this house, and buried them too." Nobody talks about the true story. But tonight, we will. Because history doesn't always stay in museums. Sometimes it decays beneath your floor. 1775, Calcutta. Not yet a city, but a fortress. Fort William, the East India Company's Ironheart. By day, military command. By night, something darker. It was called the Midnight Room. There's no official record, only fragments from the diary of Lucy Burns. Daughter of a British officer? Father said he must attend the Midnight Room. No one dares speak of it, but I hear screams. Beastly screams. It was said to be a secret trial chamber, where locals were judged without evidence. Torture, disguised as justice. Hypnosis, poison experiments, psychological terror. Several Indian men died after drinking tainted well water. One report, found decades later in a company archive, reads, "A girl, about 17, was taken last night. Her cries echoed past the river. In the morning, her anklet was found behind the fort. No one knows her name, but at midnight, near Fort William's eastern wall, a breathless moan still curls through the fog." 1863, North Calcutta. The elegant mansion of the Malik family. In 1980, a torn diary was found hidden behind a loose brick. Its chilling contents read, "Grandfather told me we inherited our fortune through a black contract. Every full moon, one must be given, not to fire, but to the shadow." The family had a private cremation ground, not outdoors, but on the rooftop. It was said that they summoned fire from shadow. In 1897, the family's 9-year-old son vanished. No search brought results. But in 1931, a news clipping from a local factory mentioned, "Strange bones discovered beneath Bagbazar estate. One skull identified as a child's." Today, the estate is owned by an American writer, Alan Spark, who wrote in his memoir, "I thought I was alone, but every night a child stares at me through the mirror. His eyes don't plead. They question. Why?" January 1912. A British postal vessel, River Mail 3, was sailing from Rajshahi to Nadia. Caught in a violent storm, the ship sank in the Padma River, and not a single body was recovered. Fishermen later reported, "We saw lights out on the water at night. Letters floated ashore, but the ink was black. No names, just whispers." During partition in 1947, a train passing that river suddenly stopped. The driver said a postman waved him down from the tracks. But no one was there. Only a soaked envelope lay on the gravel, which read, "We never returned, because no one ever read our letters." To this day, old, sealed envelopes float up from the Padma during storms. Their ink indecipherable. But if you read them aloud, they say something back. And it's never in your language. 1825, French-controlled Chandanagar. All was quiet, until whispers spread through the colony. They brought the guillotine back. But it wasn't imported from France. It was built here in a riverside shack. Locals said it was used to execute traitors. Indians who resisted French rule. No one ever saw the condemned leave. Only a few bloodstains at dawn. A single source remains. The sketchbook of a French painter, containing grotesque faces, tattered clothes, and one note. In the 1940s, a school was built over the guillotine's ruins. But every year, on March 23rd, red stains reappear on one classroom's blackboard. The janitors scrub, but they always return. As one teacher whispered, "That's not history, that's punishment." Near Howrah, there was once a village called Bund. It no longer exists on any map. Why? Because on a single night in 1977, 31 families disappeared. No bodies, no blood. Only a strange sound was heard by a nearby truck driver. It was like a radio shutting down. Not static, but silence folding in on itself. No government report was ever released. But a geological document from the Indian Seismic Bureau notes, unnatural magnetic anomalies detected, possibly related to buried iron artifacts. Infrasound readings exceed natural range. Locals said, time stopped there. History refused to continue. The last known person to visit was a journalist named Sudipto Ghosh. His camera came back, but the tape only recorded a voice. A whisper. Just one question. Can you see me now? Macabre history teaches us. Some truths were meant to be forgotten. Some stories were buried, not because they weren't real, but because they were too real. But they live on, in cracked floorboards, in old mirrors, in the night air that smells like rust. If you listen closely, history still speaks. You just have to know what language horror uses.